And we are back. The goalkeeper, Becky, Andrea Priato, Penelope Clayton, and Taya Coughlin. It's going to be an interesting match, good rivalry. The Western Devils on top of the league, on their way in the minor premiership. Andrea Priato goes for a shot, make the pass, and it's a great save by AJ. Follow up by Benel. And she goes again for another shot. Andy with a really good read there in the middle. Penelope Clayton, good read there by Dakota. She goes herself and goes for a shot, and it's a great save, and she goes again. Clemens with the ball out. Lauren Baker got the ball in a counter-attack. It's a 3v3. Lauren goes for a left shot, stops. Goes back. Devils slowing down the game a little bit. Hawks with their defending in their own half. Great save again by AJ. The keeper's on fire. Danny play in her favorite position there as a fixer. Into Danny again. Tries to go for a flick. Lose the ball. And is a 2v2 there for the Devils. Lauren goes for a shot and another great save by AJ. Corner kick for the Devils. Lauren's gonna go for the pass, goes into now, goes for a shot and hits Jade Paul in the back. Hawks clear it out. Devils pressing on Hawks into their own half. Dakota with a quick feint.
Pretty even contest so far between the Northern Hawks and the Western Devils, both with a shot on target each. Both goalkeepers, Musial and Pickering, being tested by the court players today. It's Northern Hawks currently in possession with Van Voort with the ball nicely to Paul, who gets a great turn and tries to go for top corner there, but Musial on her toes has managed to get a touch on that and see it out of play. Suckling, who looks to take the sideline kick. Plays that one off to Van Voort. Ball across now. Does end up with Julius, but not the intended target there. Scooped ball across for Paul, but intercepted there by Baker from the Western Devils, who's now continuing to press quite aggressively. They haven't won the possession there from their press, and it'll be Northern Hawks again with the sideline kick in on the far side with Paul. Now, just a quick substitution there from the Northern Hawks. We have Sienna Kovacore has entered the court for the Northern Hawks. It's her return since having a 6-week hiatus with the Army. It'll be good to see what she can do on the court today. Very good attacking player, a good striker in outdoor as well. This season, I believe she's signed with Subiaco in the women's NPL. It's a chance here. Saved by Pickering on the line. But she's had a fall. That was all from the work there of Clayton with a cross goal for Byrne. Be the first corner of the game. Clayton, Coughlin, Priato, Byrne. Julius ends up it with Northern Hawks as a battle on the far side, and it's Priato from Western Devil who wins out with that one, and possession back with the Devils. Clayton slows down play, plays Priato. Into Clayton, winds up for the shot, blocked by Van Voort, who also tries to then take that down the line, but it's gone out. It'll be Northern Hawks sideline kick in. Kovacore to Paul with a lovely dummy. The ball over the top. Paul tries to hit it on. There just wasn't that assertive run that we needed to see there from Paul after she made that exit run. It's something that you could see Emma Julius looking for.
And Hawks on their attack. And is a free kick there for the Western Devils.
It's a free kick given by the referees for something quite light, in my opinion. But they've made the most of it here. A ball from Clayton straight through for Coughlin, and then Ilias on the line to get it and collect it for Northern Hawks with a quick transition now with Crevacore with the shot wide. Unsure, it looks like Musial had the touch on that, and it will be a corner for the Northern Hawks. Ilias now on the ball. Suckling down the line. Priato now drives forward, plays down the line, and see Waltman. Actually, I hadn't mentioned her before. She appeared out of nowhere. I've just noted, just arrived. Yep. So she's on the court now for the Devils, and a few others that have arrived now in Annabelle Leake and Nina Borman. I believe they've come from their outdoor training session tonight with the Fremantle in the women's NPL. Ball over the top here for Waltman from Clayton, and Waltman didn't get the touch on it that she wanted, and it's gone out of play.
Another one that arrived from the Fremantle team, Kayla McCulloch, just playing for the Hawks girls.
Yes, and she's just entered the court now, with on this right flank receiving the ball. Captain of the side. McCulloch now engages forward, but ball's lost. Tried to drag it back, but just misplaced the touch. Suckling to McCulloch. Flick from McCulloch to Crevacore, and she tries to lay it off then for the run of McCulloch, but ball's gone out on the far side. It'll be a Devils kick in. Easy collection there for Pickering. She plays it short for McCulloch. To Podmore. McCulloch's under pressure of Clayton, and ball's gone out for the Northern Hawks. Ball down the line there for McCulloch. Misread the run there of Podmore. It'll be Western Devils back in possession. Borman now. Too big of a touch, puts the ball out in front. And out of play for Pickering, who throws long this time, trying to find the run of Suckling. Waltman tries to back heel for Borman here. But McCulloch's done all she can and might have been enough. And it has been with... Looks like there was a deflection off of the Western Devils there, but hasn't been seen, and play commences through Musial. Lovely ball to Priato. And Waltman now. It's a corner. Priato takes. Plays out to Clayton, who shoots first time, low and hard. But no run there from Borman. Musial with only 4 seconds, wasting those ones. Would have been the last one. The ball gets to Borman. Toe pokes it. Bit light on the speed of that ball. Easy collection for Pickering. Priato now has 2 options. Plays Clayton, who shoots first time. Instead of playing black post in the run of Waltman, who was open. Suckling now to McCulloch. The ball's gone out.
I think the girls are struggling a little bit with the purple lines. We're playing today at Kingsway due to commitments at Perth Modern. So they're going to have to adapt to this new court.
Absolutely, a few changes. Even for goalkeepers, big differences on courts in regards to lines and the sizes of the D, but this one's pretty similar to where we usually play in Subiaco. And it is Clayton again, found herself in space and has finished that one nicely and easily in the back of the net. I know that Nell Clayton has been scoring many this season and is in contention for the Golden Boot.
The Northern Hawks cannot let that player aim behind the defense with no one marking them. I'm pretty sure Greg Farrell will have something to say at halftime.
Absolutely, because it's not the first time we've seen it in this match so far. There's been 2 occasions where there has been an unmarked high player. We saw a long ball thrown to Priato earlier, and again there for Clayton. The defence needs to sharpen for the Northern Hawks if they don't want to concede another. It'll be Devils with the kick in.
12 minutes in, and Devils are winning 2-0. Good side tackle there with Dakota. Now Clayton with the kick into Borman, who lays it off for a good shot and goes just wide.
Looks to me as though the ball pace is increasing a bit there for the Northern Hawks now. Podmore finds herself on the ball and can't seem to get any passing channels. Closed down by both Clayton and Borman. It's Borman again. Managed to win that one. Very close to goal. Northern Hawks, not their usual selves in the last 3 to 4 weeks. We've actually seen them lose points against opposition, which they'd usually breeze past. And they haven't had a win now in 3 rounds. So a few things need to be changed, I think, in regards to the way that they've been playing. They've just dropped their position down to 3rd place on the Women's Supa-Liga table this season, with West Coast Cobras taking 2nd currently, and Western Devils, as mentioned by Tina Campos before, is in 1st place.
I think it's important for them now to start picking up their performance if they want to do well in finals.
Yeah, definitely. Last season, the Northern Hawks got knocked out in the semi-final. It was a 2-legged qualifying final, and in the first round they lost to the West Coast Cobras in a 6-0 result. And it's very hard to come back from that when it comes to goal difference. The next round that they came in the qualifying finals, again they had another loss to the Cobras, sorry, a draw, but they just didn't have that cutting edge in the finals. So these round games are going to mean everything coming into these finals in the coming weeks, and see if they can improve upon last season's performance in that final series.
I see them trying to go forward with the ball over the top very often, but that is going too wide. They need to put the ball on the floor, move the opposition around if they want to create some chance of scoring here.
Yeah, definitely. I think I mentioned on it before the assertiveness of those exit runs. We've seen them set up in that 4-0 shape, and that's how they do like to play. But as soon as we see the exit run there, it's not at speed from those players. Crevacora now with the shot, hits the crossbar. Leak finds herself on the ball and lays it off now for Priato. Taps the ball past Crevacora, but runs out of real estate, and it'll be a Northern Hawks kick in.
Sienna going for the shot there, trying to go on her own. Good. Easy save for the Devils keeper. Ashley Byrne trying to create an attacking chance there for the Western Devils. Back here with Priato. Sienna going for the attack again. And a good clearance by Becky, who almost hit me in the head. Oh, that's a good shot. Good build up by the Western Devils. Shot just wide. When we're looking at the possession here, Western Devils with 57% against 42 of the Hawks, showing their dominance in the game. But they're definitely wasting some balls when they're trying to go in their attacking half. Suckling with a good ball through to McCulloch. Elias. Priato recovers the ball for the Western Devils. And it's a minute to go. Timeout for Devils.
The data connection's disconnected because it overheated.
It's a minute to go in the first half of the round 18. Hawks against Devils. Devils 2, Hawks 0. Seems some good football by the Western Devils. Good possession. Build up in their attacking half, which was not matched by the Hawks. We can see that in the scoreboard. Let's see after this timeout, with a minute to go, if they can get a goal back so they have a chance in the second half. Laura Waltman with a kick in. Antonina Borman for going to 1-2, really good 1-2. Ball down the line for Taylor Coughlin for a shot. Oh, it is a really, really good set play there by the Devils, just wide of the post. AJ Pickering go long for Sienna. Good interception by Laura Waltman. And is a kick in for the Western Devils. Good interception by Kayla McCollum, who's going to go for a shot to the 1-2 with Sienna. And she goes for a shot. Good block by Penelope Clayton. Is a kick in for Northern Hawks. Dennis Suckling is going to take the kick in. Kayla's going to go for a shot, and it's good save by the keeper. Handball there, but the referee says play on. Laura Waltman's down the line. It's Borman, Coughlin, back into Clayton. And handball again, but the referee did not call it once again. And it's just keeper's ball. And it's rolling foul against Hawks for the handball. Just remind you guys, the handball counts towards the fouls. 10 seconds, ball long to Sienna. Great save, easy save by the Devils keeper. And it is almost an own goal there, guys. 2 seconds on the clock. A corner kick for the Devils. Borman on the ball. Have a really good shot there. Oh, she decides to go over the top. And that's it for the first half. Western Devils 2, Hawks 0. We're back for the second half. Western Devils with the kickoff. Just to remind you guys, Western Devils 2, Northern Hawks 0. Let's see what the Hawks is going to bring to the second half to change the game. It's a great ball down the line there from Penelope Clayton to Priado. It's a corner ball. Baker goes for a shot, and it's good block there by Sophie Podmore. Another corner. The first half we saw the Western Devils with more possession in their attacking half, and we can see they started the second half the same way, pushing them into the Hawks into their own half. Hawks did not have a clear chance for the last 10 minutes of the first half. Let's see if they can change that. Sienna Good interception by Baker that goes for a shot. Great save by AJ. Laura Waltman setups for a shot and it's blocked by Suckling. It is a Western Devil kicking. Laura Waltman on the ball. It's a 1-2 with Clayton into Priato. Back into Waltman. Priato. Goes over the top for Baker that tries to keep it in, but she can't manage that. Good long ball there from the keeper. Cuts off Podmore by surprise. Western Devils keeper also go long, hits Waltman really well. But she didn't manage to keep it in. We can see the Hawks trying to set up in their usual 4-0 formation, but the Western Devils are defending them really, really well. The referee said play on. Don't know what happened over there. Bit of a confusion between the players and the ref. It's keeper's ball. Play short again. This long ball is not working. We can see that the Hawks are trying to go for the long ball, and it is definitely not working for them. Their pass completion rate is only 40%, which is a bit low for their standards. Priato pass the ball into Clayton, and another good save by AJ. Priato into Baker. Oh, Clayton again. Sorry. Clayton goes for a leftward shot, and it goes wide. It's keeper's ball. Long ball into Van Voogd. Goes for a shot. A good interception by Laura Waltman. The keeper managed to keep it in. Good defensive work by Podmore. Tries a 1-2 with McCullough, but the ball goes out. Annabelle Lake back in the game. She receives the ball in the fixo. Wide into Waltman. Jade Paul with the little flick into McCullough. Doesn't manage to get there. Podmore with a kick in. Looking for a turn. Good defensive work by Waltman.
Be Clayton with the sideline kick. Ball over the top here for Priato to head on. She's usually very good at those ones. We've seen her score quite a few this season from that back post header. That one nodded out of play. Ball from Pickering out of play for Northern Hawks to kick in, and it's taken quickly but straight to the Western Devils. This is really uncharacteristic, this game, the amount or the less amount of passes that Northern Hawks have consecutively put together. Now, we usually see them with a very high pass rate, pass completions of +5 and more in the double digits, but we haven't got many this half, or last half, at that matter. Current possession statistics is in the favour of the Western Devils, 60%, to the Northern Hawks, 40%. Musial goes for the long throw, which seems to be consistent with today, as my co-commentator, Taina Campos, was just mentioning. That long throw that we've seen from Northern Hawks is just sort of reciprocated the same way Western Devils we've seen do it numerous times as well. But they have had that play of 3 to throw to, which is something Northern Hawks have not had.
What do you think has to change here, Annie, for us to see Hawks back in the game?
Well, we're all very aware that Northern Hawks can play fly keeper very well. So it is a tactic that can be, or a card that you can pull out, and it might be that time of the game. 13 minutes remaining. Maybe put on a fly keeper to play. Are your thoughts on that, Campos?
Yeah, they do play the fly keeper really well. I'm so sorry. Clayton goes for a shot and takes off the keeper. And it's 3 new Western Devils.
We will see a quick replay of that one. Thumbs up from Clayton in the middle of the court, who I believe has scored a few this game, and we'll just quickly rewatch that. Long throw over the top, unmarked player. It's exactly what we've talked about. It seems to be the similar thing there for Northern Hawks today, an unmarked high player who gets the ball thrown, or long ball to, who then goes ahead and scores. Yeah, so it is Penelope Caton on 2 goals today. It's McCulloch to Podmore. Ball's out of play.
But yeah, going back into the fly keeper, we know the Hawks can do that really well. They don't have the usual keeper in goals today, Carla, who already scored a few goals in this competition. Let's see if that's going to be the tactic that Greg Farrell will choose to go with.
Yeah, so another one is that we can see that Western Devils are having a lot of the ball. For Northern Hawks to get back into this game, they're going to need to win it earlier and through a better press than what we're seeing at the moment. Western Devils are just moving that ball in and around the Hawks players. So even here, Paul giving the ball away back to the Western Devils. You can hear the captain there in McCulloch asking for the press, which isn't happening.
Hawks girls being a little bit too flat-footed when trying to go move the ball. They need to get a little bit more intensity there.
Yes, I agree with that as well. So we'll see now what the Northern Hawks do with possession. As I mentioned before, they seem to be giving it away quite quickly. We'll string a few passes together now. Ilias gets the ball past Coughlin and drives forward now. Ball through. And it's Van Vook with the shot, but that one right at the keeper. An easy save for Musial. Now it's Suckling with another shot, blocked by Borman. Suckling with off-target shot. Not going to cut it if the Northern Hawks want to get themselves back into this game.
Kayla bounce, Kayla bounce.
Coughlin, dispossessed. Ilias. Back to Suckling, who's very deep. And another chance created by the Western Devils through Clayton on the far side.
Yeah, the pass completion rate for the Hawks, 56%, against 64 for the Western Devils.
Only 9 minutes remaining for the Northern Hawks to get back into the game. Western Devils sitting comfortably, but still persisting with that eager press as we've just seen through Borman there.
As we said, Hawks is going to go into fifth man, so Podmore comes in to be the fly keeper.
This is a really good time for the Northern Hawks to do it as well. If you have a look at the balance of the players on the court in regards to experience, you've just subbed on Ashburn and you've got Annabelle Leake, who haven't had the most amount of experience when it comes to defending fifth man. But a timeout has been quickly called by Western Devils strategically. That was Western Devils calling the timeout. Yeah. Might see a few changes to get some of those leaders back on the court into that fixo role. You might probably see someone like Priato or Clayton get back on.
I see the game going in two ways here. After the timeout, Northern Hawks can get a goal really quickly, which we're going to put fire on the game. Or the Western Devil score the fourth one, and it's going to make the Hawks' lives difficult to come back. These next 2 minutes, for me personally, will decide the game.
All right, just listening to the bench there in the talk from the Northern Hawks coach, Farrell. He's expecting a very high press from his players, and we can see that on the court now. Baker goes long. So big changes on the court for Western Devils as well, as we talked about those leaders coming back on, and we've seen that with 3 of this year's Nationals players, with Laura Waltman, Andy Priato and Lauren Baker coming on the court to defend against what's happening in regards to the attack from the Northern Hawks. McCulloch with a crucial intercept there, stopping that ball coming across to Waltman. It's now Vine Voot, who finds herself on the ball, progressing forward, and Northern Hawks have one possession. Whether it's going to be long enough to have the fly keeper happen. And Pickering having a little snooze in goals. Didn't realise she had to come off that quickly. She's sprinted off now for Podmore, who's just gotten back on the court as the fly keeper. Ball down now for Yilius, who plays first time at Van Vook, just not getting inside quick enough. And that ball got down to the corner. Again, the coach, Farrell, there saying we need to be pressing there to his team. And that press has had an outcome of a ball over the top that's been out of play and possession back in the hands of the Hawks. Van Voigt now looks to play the ball across. Great ball across for the run there of Suckling. Ball down to Waltman. See the press of both Suckling and Yilius, but Waltman's managed to get past them both and wind up for a ball across goal, but Pickering's done enough on it, and Van Voeks managed to see the ball out of play. So it's been about 2 minutes now. What do you think, Tana?
That is an expression in Portuguese that you say, they just burned my tongue, which means that I was wrong.
Interesting. So we've seen futsal games can change so very quickly. There is enough time still for Northern Hawks to get back into it. Do they have what it takes today?
I think so. We can't disqualify the girls. Some of these girls are very experienced. They made the finals for so many years in a row. And you never know. 5 minutes is 5 minutes in a futsal game. Everything can change. Hawks trying to step up a bit their press. M with a good recovery. She's going to go for a shot. Tries the back post and is intercepted by Laura Waltman. Good clearance there by Priato. Hawks still playing the fifth man. Shot intercepted by Broman.
Dakota, forward.
It's Ilias now. Gets down to the corner, back rolls for Suckling, but it ends up for Waltman, who scoops that one wide of the goal. Press being called frantically by the Western Devils. So some concerns are still there, and you can hear that in their voices. Long throw. Waltman gets dispossessed. Ilias plays it out for Paul, who can't turn, doesn't get the turn she wants, and Borman shadows that one out. Ends up being a free kick. Press continued from the Hawks. Van Voigt heads that one away. Van Voigt intercepts that one. It comes back to Waltman, who progresses forward now and isn't pressed quick enough. Shot was taken and it's got out for a corner. Easy catch for Pickering. Pickering looking for option and throws long for Van Voigt. Over the shoulder of Priato, almost there. Press continue to be called by Farrell. Van Voigt needs to get herself across and put that pressure on the ball as quick as she can. Quick substitution here for Flykeeper. 3 minutes now. It's going to be hard for Northern Hawks unless we see a goal shortly. Long throw. Podmore. Nicely done. Ball down to Van Voigt. And she shoots into the side netting.
Dakota, not backwards, up. Can I drop? Taylor, you gotta go.
So frustrations in the coach of Farrell, wanting his players to be pressing, but they all seem to step off as soon as the ball goes out of play and give the Western Devils the space they need. Crevacore now. McCulloch. And back again and out of play.
The possession a little bit more even in this end of half. 55% for the Western Devils and 45% for the Northern Hawks.
You generally tend to see that as soon as fifth man is happening, as there's a lot more passes than for the side playing it. And Northern Hawks have managed to get themselves a few more passes in. That numerical advantage of players 5v4 in that attacking half. Crevacore gives the ball away. Leak out for Clayton, who might get her third today, but denied by Pickering.
Pickering is playing really well in goals.
Yeah, she has done well today, stepping up for the Northern Hawks in the absence of Carla Edwards, who's been at every game this season. Pickering ordinarily plays for the Women's Supa-Liga B and the 20s women's sides for the Northern Hawks, so she has had a bit of experience over the seasons playing. Crevacore's given the ball away again while the keeper's out. Sealed that for the Western Devils. We'll replay that one quickly. And they persist now, the Western Devils, with the fly keeper. Bit of a mistake there from Crevacore. Long throw, seen out of play, and it'll be the Hawks now with a sideline kick through McCulloch and fly keeper in Podmore. Now it is stop the clock. Slow ball from McCulloch. Back to Podmore. Caesar press and Clayton get the third for the match.
There's a hat trick for Penelope Clayton in this match. Devils 5, Northern Hawks 0.
So those two mistakes playing fifth man certainly cost them there getting back into this game. Both from sideline kick-ins on that far side, as we saw. There's a two-touch there now for Podmore.
I think the two mistakes were caused by really good defensive effort by the Devils, who recognized the fifth man play and stepped up their defense in a way to shut down the play from the back instead of shying away into their own half, which a lot of teams do. They forced their opposition mistakes, so well done on the Devils.
Yeah, I agree. They've done very well defensively after that timeout that they called there as soon as the fifth man began. Pass from Van Voigt, intercepted now, and open goal. Podmore scrambles back. She's back in goals now. Not a bad keeper in Sophie Podmore. She's stepped up on a few occasions in previous season, done quite well in there, so we could see her pull out a save today. Northern Hawks can continue with their fifth man play now. McCulloch doing well under pressure of Clayton. Van Voigt now. Plays it forward. Crevacore, the touch up into her knees, but it's a quick transition now. Western Devils, but it's Podmore there that manages to shadow Clayton and get the ball back for her side. 13 seconds remaining. See the call from Van Voigt saying she's knackered on the court.
Yeah, we've got to remember that most of these girls now are coming into the season of NPL. Which affects the body a little bit. It's a free kick there for the Hawks. First idea for the Northern Hawks, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 NPO girls against 1 in the court for the Devils. So I think that might affect as well the performance.
Absolutely, and that is the final whistle there. And the Western Devils run away with the win today, 5-0. Goal scorers in the first half, we saw Nina Borman with 1 goal. And in the second half, we saw Annabelle Leake with the 1 goal. It was Penelope Clayton today who got the hat trick with 1 goal in the first half and 2 in the second. Very shortly, we will show the statistics from the match. So if we have a look at the statistics that have just gone up on the screen for you there, having a look at the total shots, and certainly Northern Hawks lacked in that one there. Total shots of 15 with only 8 shots on target. Certainly didn't test out Becky Musial too much in goals for the Western Devils. On the other side, we had the Northern Hawks, the Western Devils with 31 shots with 20 shots on target today. Passing percentage, similar in both sides, around 60%. The passing strengths today just not getting high enough on both sides. Lots of turnovers in play. Now, that 3-0 mark with about 9 minutes to go, we saw the change in tactics with the Western Devils continuing their press. Northern Hawks choosing to go to their fly keeper. And unfortunately for the Northern Hawks, their mistakes in fly keeper cost them 2 more goals rather than them getting themselves back in the scoreboard. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be live streaming from earlier in the morning. A lot of our Supa-Liga matches will be live streamed. So tune in then, and we look forward to having you online. Thank you.